Happy Monday, guys. It's Marketing Monday Live with me, Liezel V. 6 months of doing this today. It's the 6 months of lockdown in South Africa. For our international viewers, we're on level 1 in South Africa in terms of lockdown. My name's Liezel. This is my rescue dog, Luke. He'll be in the shot now and then. And he often just makes an appearance, my rescue dog, Leia, as well, because the minute I go live, they think it's the perfect opportunity to come and bark, say hi, or sit on my lap. So Marketing Monday Live, what is it about? It's about me connecting with you, you connecting with me, us as entrepreneurs, business owners, just communicating, supporting, and uplifting each other during lockdown. And just as a way for us to learn from each other. It's not just me teaching you how to do things, whether it's marketing, personal branding, or anything business related. It's you educating as well. So it's a two-way conversation. So wherever you're watching from in the world, pop in the comment box and let me know where you're watching live from. I can already see Kathy from Cape Town saying, hi, Luke, watching live. And I'm quite excited about our guest today. So before I introduce our guest, as we do with every Marketing Monday Live, what we do is we celebrate a small business doing great things in the community. So this is your chance to quickly type into the comment section below. Let me know what business in your community is doing great things online, what's really done, what they've done in lockdown that's really made them stand out. And it's just a way to showcase to other business owners which businesses we should be supporting, and just a platform and a showcase of what's available in South Africa or maybe even globally in terms of businesses doing great things in lockdown. So post the comments in the comment section down below. Also, just let me know where you're watching from. Say, hi, Liezel, I'm watching from here, from Cape Town, from wherever. And don't feel scared to ask our guests any questions. I say this every Monday. This is a two-way conversation. It's a three-way, myself, the guest, and you. So it's your opportunity to learn. It's your opportunity to ask people who are doing incredible things in the industry questions and advice when it comes to your business, when it comes to your personal brand, when it comes to marketing. And normally the guests that I have joining us every week charge top dollar to give advice and to coach people. And they're coming live to answer your marketing, your business, your entrepreneurial related questions. And these are guys that have really gone through everything, starting their own business, failing at their own business, starting again, being successful, knowing how hard it is. The struggles through COVID, they faced it all. So your chance to ask them questions, and it doesn't cost you a thing, just a message and a view on Facebook. Hi, Zarina, saying hi from a cold Cape Town. My shout out is going to go to Zarina. And for those of you who know Marketing Monday Live, Zarina's got a great online business. She's a web developer, graphic designer, Nebula Designs. And I'm a paying client, so I'm not getting this for free just for mentioning it. I'm actually a paying client. And I've been with her for 5 years. Her service is incredible. And really, really, absolutely. If you need anything from business advice when it comes to your website or design, just give her a shout, Nebula Designs. Zarina, thanks for watching. Kathy, great having you. So let's get straight into Marketing Monday Live. Keep your questions coming, keep your comments coming, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube today. Our guest, I've been so excited. This is one of the first guests I've been wanting to have on Marketing Monday Live since I started the interview process in August. And it's someone that I really admire, someone that I've known for a number of years. And one of the best memories I have was of me in a bright blue triathlon suit on top of a building in Johannesburg at a launch of a TV show that he was part of. And this was many, many years ago. I think this was in 2008, 2009. And I've just watched this person grow from a presenter, motivational speaker, entrepreneur, and one person that is doing so much for upcoming entrepreneurs, the youth of this country, and really uplifting and inspiring youth. I've actually got goosebumps because I'm just thinking of all the great things and the great stories that I've seen and actually been part of with this gentleman that's joining us live on Marketing Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, virtual hands together for our Marketing Monday Live guest, Dene Botha, the MD of Pridefactory South Africa. Dene, welcome to Marketing Monday Live. An absolute honor to have you joining us here. Thank you so much.
What an introduction, Liezel. Jeepers, thank you so much. This is an honor and a privilege. I've been interviewed by you so many times, and I've interviewed you so many times. This is fantastic. Thank you.
And now we're doing it virtually. We've normally done it face-to-face, and now, even though we live at least 3 or 4 Ks from each other, we get to do it virtually. But You don't realize, I mean, even though we're friends, I admire so much of the work that you are doing. And what a lot of people don't realize and don't actually get to see is the amount of people's lives that you have changed, young people in this country. And I'm going to give an example because I was part of a roadshow last year where you went around the country. Luckily, we were able to do that last year. And I know lockdown has been hard and we'll chat about that. But you did a roadshow to each and every single university in the country. And you spoke to thousands of university students, inspiring them as entrepreneurs, showing them the ropes and just chatting to them. And I've seen you, and you didn't realize, I mean, I was behind the scenes watching you. People would come up to you and they'd ask you a question. And it didn't matter how busy you were about to get on stage, you still took the time to answer each and every university student's question when it comes to entrepreneurship. So how did this all start? Pride Factor SA, how did it start?
Sure. Well, thank you again for the opportunity to be on the show. It is an honor. It's wonderful. Pride Factor is a skills academy dedicated to enhancing the lives of young people, South Africa, Africa, and globally. So let's just set that scale there. Much like most of our businesses, Liezel, it's been a culmination of my life's experiences. I've managed to kind of pick up the jigsaw pieces of things that I've done in my life. And I got inspired by some people at an event the one day, and the idea of edutainment, educating and entertaining young people, kind of life-absorbing, life-improving way was just the follow-on piece from everything that we've done. So I think from the fact that I've been coaching since I was about 21 years old, so for about 60 years now, close.
65?
65, yeah. I just love working with young people. And I must say the appreciation and the feedback and the results that we're now seeing coming from it's been a dream come true. It really has been, yeah.
The hard-hitting question I'm sure a lot of people have asked you during lockdown. Last year, we got to go on a roadshow. You got to inspire so many people and so many students and so many business people as well, not just students. Lockdown hits. You had a whole series and a whole tour scheduled around the country again. What happened? Talk to me what happened with lockdown and Pride Factor Academy.
Sure. Okay. So we had the fortune of, we work with a lot of young people, obviously through live events. And in probably about September last year, we decided to start building an online academy. Okay. We run a whole bunch of video workshops, so pre-recorded video workshops. There's some webinars and things like that. But our main idea was exactly like we're doing here, live, interactive, facilitator-led, communication worthy, rewards based, etc., etc. So we started playing with this probably September. We launched a company in October last year called Pridefactory Academy. All right, so the online version of our live events. Obviously, we every June is Youth Month, and we run the biggest Youth Month festival in the country. It's 90,000 people at Nasrec Expo Center over 5 days. It's a combination of many different corporations as well as the Department of Education. We bus the kids in, we feed them, we encourage them, we educate them, and we bus them home. So needless to say, the 90,000 person strong event was called off the minute lockdown kind of came into fruition. And then obviously our university roadshow, which was kind of hanging on by a feather come April, May, they obviously pulled the cards on that as well. So that was meant to be happening now. We would have probably just wrapped up now the 9th province and the 25th university. So unfortunately, that also went on hold. So fortunately, the university roadshow is looking very good for next year and should actually be largened. It should be made bigger. The Youth Month Expo, we're not too sure about yet, but we're holding thumbs for that because it is an amazing event. So what we've done is we've taken everything online. As I said, we kind of had the premonition to do this before the lockdown. We want to give ourselves 6 months to do it in. And obviously come March, April, well, we've got a bit of a fire lit under us and made it happen a lot sooner. So the online academy is live. We run digital workshops. We started off by 1 a week. We're now on 3 a day. And it's flying. It's going so well in Vietnam and India and New Zealand and UK and US. Yeah.
Wow. So how can people find out more? If people want to join in or people want to volunteer their services?
Absolutely. Pridefactoryacademy.com. Everything is there. Everything is at Pridefactory Academy on any of our social medias, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, blah, 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 all the rest of them. Otherwise, pridefactoryacademy.com. We've got a fantastic web designer working on that, and it's updated every 24 hours. So yeah, all our upcoming workshops are there. Everything from the new normal to success habits to public speaking to entrepreneurship 101, just things like that, just to kind of give you a little 90 minutes boost up.
Now, I heard you mention TikTok as one of your social media handles when you were just giving it. And if I'm not mistaken, you are doing quite well in a TikTok competition at the moment. I don't know if you want to chat about it, tell us a bit more. I think closing is for tonight. It's a type of pitch. Tell us a bit more, and how can we support you?
It's a hell of a thing, but I'm all over this. Okay, so it's called Pitch Up in the Sky. Hashtag Pitch Up in the Sky. It is, it's brought to you by the Gritty Fund, which is a Dubai-based incubator and small business develop funder, all right? And it is hosted by TikTok, Entrepreneur, and CNN, and is sponsored by some of the guys from Google Maps, Netflix, and the original investor in Zoom. All right.
Wow.
So what we're going to do is, and I'm happy to announce it now because obviously it's closing, so it's all fantastic, is we had to put together a 1-minute elevator pitch video, all right, of our different businesses. It had to fall into either education, technology, agriculture, et cetera, all the different sectors that are out there. And we had to make a 1-minute video on TikTok using some of their integration and their editing tools and things like that. And you're basically pitching your ideas, your problems, you're solving, your problems, your solution, your call to action, and what it is that your business does. As of midnight tonight, the competition closes. The top 10 semi-finalists will go into, will receive a bunch of prizes, including some mentorship here, some products from Zoom, a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of the rest. The top 3, however, are going to be flown to Dubai for the 17th of October. And the top 3 will have to jump out of an airplane and pitch your business idea on the way down while parachuting to some guy, obviously tandem skydiving. Yeah, you're basically pitching your idea while you are skydiving, I assume to a video man of some sort. And the overall winner of that gets, they get like a $10,000 investment, which is great, but it's not the main thing. The main thing is the bunch of media that they're going to get. They are anticipating it to be the most well-viewed pitching competition in the history of the world. So it's a major, major media. And the main prize being mentorship from the creator of Netflix, the inventor of Google Maps, and the original funder of Zoom, as well as a whole bunch of other things. So we're kind of sitting here going, listen, we talk to young people. So if we get that and you can mentor us, we can ideally translate that message onto millions of young South Africans and Africans, ideally. So we're holding thumbs, and we're doing quite well. Our video is doing very well on TikTok. So holding thumbs.
Holding thumbs for you. So we'll post the link to your TikTok so people can go and view, go and follow. Now, you're no stranger of doing daring things, because we met at an event, and you probably won't remember this, in Joburg. I was sponsored by a certain brand. I was wearing their bright blue triathlon gear, and you were on the TV show tackling, I think it was the Bar One Man Challenge. And you had to do, that's it. And you had to do all these crazy adventure things anyway.
Yeah.
So you're definitely no stranger to adrenaline and doing things out of the box and just putting your hand up and saying, yes, I'm tackling this. I'm going to enter this.
I think you've got to do that kind of stuff nowadays. Firstly, it's fun. Secondly, the business world is more exciting than I feel it used to be. A lot of people 30, 40 years ago possibly looks at the business world going like, oh, right, suit, tie, 9 till 5, 2 weeks off, boardrooms, meetings, ideally a fat paycheck, et cetera, et cetera. It's not the case anymore. No, it really isn't. I see the way that you do what you do. You clearly love what you do, and you've made a worldwide stage out of it. So business people, young entrepreneurs, we are allowed to enjoy ourselves. It is getting adrenaline, worthy. It is getting fun. It is getting active. And I think it inspires, young people to do this kind of stuff. Make it interesting, make it fun. Why not?
Now, you did mention young people. Do you have any advice for anyone in their 30s and their 40s that want to just give up and start their own business?
Well, we are still young.
We're only in our 30s. We're only in our 30s.
Exactly. What part of the 30s? That's to be discussed. I think there's, do you know what I think, Liezel? I think there's a lot of sayings, like cliche sayings out there that I think have been debunked lately. I think there's like a counter saying for every saying. The attitude is never give up. I disagree. You've got to know when to give up. There are things that you do give up on. If you're ever in a toxic relationship, well, you quit that stuff, So I think there's a couple of different ways of looking at businesses in general at the moment. No doubt that every single person has been affected by this lockdown. Everyone, and you must remember that you're not failing as a business person. You haven't got anything wrong. You're not doing anything incorrectly. We are all, unfortunately, victims of the circumstance that we've been put into. So carry yourself. Have the confidence to know that if your business is going through a bit of a struggle at the moment, you're going to be okay. You're not alone. We've just got to stick together and go through all of this. I think other than that, some advice from my side would just be, you need to focus as much as possible on what the potential outcome would be. This whole new normal, if you look at it, if you actually break it down, what is new? Something that is new is something that is constantly changing. You can't have something that is new from a few weeks or months ago. So new is constantly updated. And what is normal, well, your normal and my normal may differ. So if you break up the new normal, it is something that is constantly changing and is different for everyone. It is a verb. It is not a noun. It's nothing that has been defined yet. So if you're constantly working and constantly evolving and being inspired as to what's going on out there, well, then you're going to be sticking with the new normal. And we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right.
That's so inspiring. Dene, are there days, because you're always so positive, I don't think I've ever seen you have a down day or feel down. Is there a day where you wake up and how do you mentally cope with that and get yourself ready for a day? How important is your mental health to you?
Oh, absolutely everything. It's absolutely everything. But I do think the balance comes in there. The spiritual, the mental, the physical, it's all got to be working together, Do I have down days? 100%. We're all human. We don't really share the down days too much. We don't post about it. We don't talk about it. We just bottle it up. But I do have a strong network of people that I deal with when it comes to this kind of stuff. We kind of share some information. Hey, listen, having a bit of a bad one. Who's doing what? And the normal advice usually comes about. There's certainly a pattern in the advice. Wake up to some decent fresh lemon water before you have a cup of coffee. Take some time to yourself. Read. Get outside. If you're lucky enough to be around the ocean, get in the ocean. If you can get into a mountain, get into the mountain. Read, stretch, yoga. Get your body moving. Get your blood flowing. Endorphins will flow. Endorphins act on your inspiration. So get outside, get some nature, read. Stay away from other people's advice and opinions. Don't turn your phone on first thing in the morning. My routine is quite simple. As soon as dinner is ready, as soon as it's time for supper, I turn my data and my Wi-Fi off. I leave my phone on, just in case. Mom can get hold of me, dad can get hold of me, etc., etc. But I'm not listening to emails and WhatsApps and Facebook messages coming through. And then same thing in the morning. I need 35, 40 minutes to myself before I turn my phone back on. Formulate your own opinion of what's going on in your world around you before you start looking at everyone else's opinion. So take some time to you. That is the one thing that has come out of this lockdown that's been beneficial to everyone. We have a little bit more time. There isn't as much traffic. There certainly is as much traveling or airports or anything like that. So we have a little bit more time available to us. We should be using it constructively to better ourselves. Read, meditate, stretch, walk, eat healthy. Drink lots of water.
And drink lots of water. Yes, in my giraffe mug as we both take a sip. That's such vital advice. Thanks, Dean.
Yeah.
If you're not in front of your computer and you're not running Pridefactory Academy and everything else that you're doing, how do you just unwind? What's your favorite sport? What's your favorite thing to do in your downtime?
Well, I'm a surfer through and through. I've been surfing since I was about 5 years old, so 69 years. Yeah, I'm fortunate enough to live in Cape Town. You know, as you said, we're around the corner from each other. And we live in such a beautiful city that the outdoors is everything to me. So I really, really like getting out and about. Summer, that beautiful spring air is around. And this week is looking amazing. So, yeah, surfing, getting outside, getting in the mountains, getting down to the deep south, Komiki, Cape Point, that kind of stuff. Wine farms are opening up, like outside as much as possible. Otherwise, I recently got married and I really enjoy spending time with my beautiful wife. Thank you. Yes, very chuffed.
She's so lovely, and I see you posted lots of pictures on your Instagram over the weekend, so people can go take a look and follow. Congratulations. You got married in lockdown, an envy from us in our household, because we saw you do it and we wanted to do the same, but we couldn't get our family here. So that was a bit hard for us. For you guys, without the family, just talk us quickly through the whole process on how you did the wedding during lockdown.
As they say, any bride that's planning a wedding, that's difficult. A bride that's planning a wedding during lockdown, hold my bouquet.
Shame, man.
It's been tricky. Yeah, it's been tricky. We were meant to get married on the 1st of May up at a place called Bel Air in Paarl, Wine Valley. So that obviously got moved. We then decided we're going to just get our contracts in place in the middle of June. We then decided, no, we wanted our family with us. And then we kind of rebutted on that and went back. We got married on the 7th of August, right here on our roof overlooking the whole of Cape Town. Beautiful little rooftop. We're very fortunate to have it. And had our two best friends there as witnesses. We had an officiant number 3. Number 1 ran off with our money. Number 2 actually contracted COVID 48 hours before the wedding. So number 3 guy stood up at the last minute and he was brilliant. So it worked out really, really well. And we got married in front of our two best friends on our rooftop overlooking the whole of Cape Town with our family watching in via Zoom. I mean, you can't script this stuff, Liezel. It was unreal. Yeah, my wife's father meant to be walking her down the aisle, and instead he's watching by a digital portal. The world is very different.
Well, we got a message, and the world is very different. Zarina says you guys got married on her birthday, and she says congrats.
Oh, thank you, and congrats to you, and happy birthday. That's wonderful.
We're doing virtual wishes, totally delayed. Dean, you say you put your phone down at night. How hard was it in the beginning when you decided at dinner time, we're putting our phones away, we're actually just going to focus on chatting to each other? Because you do have that nervous energy of, I have to check my phone the whole time. It starts like that, and it takes a while to get into not having your phone with you.
Yeah, I do think so, but you've got to remember a simple rule. Your phone is there for your convenience. It's not actually there for anyone else's convenience. It's for your convenience. And I think that's the main thing that people have forgotten. I mean, I was in Johannesburg last week and someone was like, oh, I was trying to get hold of you at 9 o'clock at night. I was like, oh, my phone was on. No, I sent you WhatsApp messages. I was like, well, then you weren't really trying very hard to get hold of me. Now, were you? You know? So it's there for your convenience. And yeah, to be honest, I think everyone deserves to have a little bit of time. As I say, 1 to yourself and 2 with your family, your family and your kids and anyone else like that. And it wasn't too hard for me to be. That's what I'm trying to put out there. It really wasn't too hard for me. I've got no problem turning my phone off from time to time. It doesn't make me feel too anxious at all. So I'm just waiting for the results of this competition. No, the world didn't end. Exactly. Nothing's really changed, you know. Yeah.
Well, we woke up on Saturday. On Saturday night, we went to bed early, and we woke up the next morning I had 250 messages on my phone, not realizing that the night before we had a small earthquake in Cape Town. But because you're Cape Townian, you know how we love to chat about the traffic, the weather, and any small thing that might happen. And the messages just kept coming through on that. But it's such a Cape Town thing. The world doesn't end, so switch your phone off. It's okay. It's okay to do that.
Yeah. Absolutely, allow yourself that. And I know a lot of people actually get quite anxious about doing it, but it's really quite an invigorating thing. As I say, you can use your time more constructively as we go along. If you're using your phone for anything constructive, keep it on by all means. But you won't. You'll find yourself scrolling through a last-minute Instagram and a little bit of this and seeing what that person's doing, and then you go to sleep thinking about that, and that's not really what you should go to sleep thinking about.
So you mentioned just before, during the conversation, someone tried to get hold of you at 9 at night. A lot of people in lockdown don't stick to, it's not a 9 to 5 hours anymore, but people, I don't know if people are not respecting time anymore, but people are phoning at 6:30 in the morning trying to get hold of you for, well, not necessarily you, but I'm getting complaints from clients saying they're getting calls from their bosses at 9:30, 10 at night, 7 in the morning, Sundays at 4 in the afternoon. How do you actually put boundaries in place when it comes to business people and not sticking to those times? And especially as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I find it's a little tricky, to be completely honest, because I've got some people that do. They like working Saturdays and Sundays, and they're kind of getting hold of you. And while they're doing that, they're not realizing, well, then they kind of making you work at the same time, or just review this and sign that off, etc., etc. So it's like, well, you're making me work now at the same time. However, I'm also guilty of it. I sometimes wake up at 4 o'clock on a Saturday morning. I've got an absolute spark of inspiration, and I'll power out 10 or 15 emails and expect answers that day. So again, I think it's just this balancing and this respect side. Goodness knows that I think in the entrepreneurial world as well, there's a very big fashion to being an entrepreneur. It's a very kind of cool thing at the moment. And people also glorify working. People glorify being busy. Oh, I can't do that. I'm so busy right now. I'm so busy right now. And it's got this glorification to it. So if people are working on a Sunday, they inadvertently telling you how much they're working, Yeah, difficult question, Liezel. I think it's just a sense of balance,
Well, we are getting some compliments coming through. Belinda says, thanks for reminding me that my phone is there for my convenience. We do forget that. And Zarina, as a small business owner, says, as a sole person in my business, I find myself at night and weekends working on clients' projects. So we all tend to do that.
Yeah, again, there's no problem in writing a bunch of emails at 5 o'clock on a Sunday and pushing send at 8 o'clock on a Monday morning. That's kind of become more of a habit for me as well. I'll stick 10 or 15 emails in my outbox and write them all up, but respectfully send them at 8 or 9 a.m. as opposed to 4 a.m. I'm very much an early bird. I love my early mornings, but do not try and talk to me after 7 o'clock at night. I'm done. That's me. I'm out.
I'm exactly the same. I'm completely the same. Except in summer when the sun only goes down at 10 o'clock at night, and we're still on the beach.
This is true.
As an entrepreneur, what is that one app that you cannot live without that every entrepreneur or business owner should have on their phone?
Sure.
You can scroll through quickly.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, what have we got here?
I'm going to my phone to see. Maybe I can help you.
I must say, I use my voice recorder a lot.
It's such an underestimated or underused, utilized item on your phone.
I kind of segment my apps up by like front page and use wise, but I use my voice recorder a lot. Fortunate enough to live in Cape Town. I love running around and, I walk to the waterfront to go and do some shopping or do a bit of this or go down to that. And I find myself getting a spark of inspiration and just quickly 20-second, don't forget to XYZ. And then I'll get home, I'll listen to 3 messages, I'll write them down, I'll start working on it. So yeah, voice recorder is probably an app that I use quite a lot.
The one that I use with the voice recording is actually the dictaphone as well to write an email. So then on the go, not driving, but when I'm on the go in the kitchen or I remember something while I'm running, I can quickly dictate an email. So try that, guys. And if anyone's watching, you've got any tips for us, please. Dean's here to not only answer questions, we want to hear some advice and tips from you as well. So post it in the comment section. Joanne says, great email tip. That's the one about writing the emails and then sending it on Monday morning. So that was really helpful. Thank you so much, Joanne. And Dene, before we go, if anyone that's missed our conversation earlier about the pitch in the sky that you have entered on TikTok, I think it's got to do with the number of views. How can we support you? Where should we go to view it and hold thumbs for you?
I'm not too sure what it is judged on, but I would assume the amount of views has got something. So we're sitting second at the moment, which is really cool because it's the whole of Africa and the whole of the UAE. So to be video number 2 is rather invigorating. On TikTok, we have a channel called Pridefactory Academy. On there's a couple of videos, and it's the one with the large amount of views. It's probably got about 16,000 views at the moment. So entries close this afternoon. As an entrepreneur, you've got to understand that I've seen a lot of the guys that have entered this haven't shared the competition with anyone else because we don't really want anyone else to enter it. But at the same time, with like 11 and a half hours left, I'm more than happy for anyone else to enter it. No, but in all seriousness, I think these initiatives that are being offered to South Africans and Africans and, everyone from UAE and anyone and everyone, so certainly the youngsters, I think is just wonderful for all of us as a country, as a nation, as a continent. And yeah, it's very, very, very exciting to see that guys are getting quite innovative here and allowing us opportunities because it's always Europe and USA. So for these guys at Entrepreneur Magazine and TikTok and Zoom and all of that to be recognizing people from Africa, well, good on you. Thank you for the opportunity. We really could do with it at the moment.
Well, good luck. We are holding thumbs for you. And it's the final push. I mean, we're going into October, 3 more months of what has been not even a proper full year of working. What advice do you have for business owners, for entrepreneurs, for anyone out there, just to maintain that final push till the end of the year?
Exactly that, Liezel. It is time for the final push. All right. I find that in South Africa and certainly in Cape Town, and again, no offense, I'm from Cape Town, so no offense to us Cape Townians, but come November, we really take the foot off the gas, and we're now going. Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to go that far, but yeah, come November, in December, then we only get started in mid-January, and everyone comes out the gates flying like that. So it's now Q4. In a few days' time, it is Q4. It is time to put your foot on the gas. It is not the time to start dragging your feet by any means. As you said earlier on, Liezel, summer's around the corner, or summer's basically here. We're in level 1. The country is open for business. We're going to be welcoming international travel soon. We have an opportunity. Things are looking good. Things are looking up. There's an excitement in the air. So to every and any business person out there, or anyone in any kind of industry at all at the moment, now is the time to really give it a good push for the next 10 or 12 weeks and make sure that the country ends off where it should be come Christmas, and we can all close down and have a little bit of turn off relaxation time, knowing that when we start up again in January, it's already turning. The key wheels are already turning. Don't expect everyone to wait around till January and then pick up. Now is the time to really give it your all.
Thank you so much, Dene. You've really inspired so many people, and I'm excited to wish you well for the competition. Excited to hear the results, and we'll be following Pridefactory Academy and your journey going forward. If anyone wants to follow you or get in touch, how can they do so?
At Pridefactory Academy is usually the best. I love my company. I love my brand. I've got it tattooed on my arm like it is everything. Otherwise, at Dene Botha SA, spelt like it's spelt awkwardly. Thanks, Mom. But at Dene Botha SA, you can find me on the platforms as well.
Dene, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing to inspire the youth in this country, the future of entrepreneurship, and you really are making a difference, and we really value and appreciate your time. So thank you for joining us on Marketing Monday Live.
Thank you, Liezel. Really, thank you for the opportunity and the platform, and keep it up. I'm loving this. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So that was Dene Botha from Pridefactory Academy, the MD, joining us, giving us his time today to answer your questions, to chat to you. We'll do this every single Monday going forward. And as I've always said, this is not a two-way conversation between me and our guest. You also can contribute and let me know, who should I be interviewing? Who should be on my guest next Monday? Pop it into the comment section below or send an email through to me, creative@thegiraffebrand.com. We are here to answer your marketing, your business, your entrepreneurial related questions and queries. And it happens every Monday at noon South African time. So pop that email to me, creative@thegiraffebrand.com. And I look forward to chatting to you again next Monday. Take care, stay safe.